Hey folks, how y'all doing today? I'm Stately. This is the fair town of good intentions. Let's play some City Skylines. So, I just installed the Metro Overhaul Mod, and the net result is that my entire metro system is broken. And there's a reason for that. We have to put down a depot and connect that and probably redo the lines, maybe replace a station. But you know, it'll be worth it because the Metro Overhaul Mod is kind of awesome. It replaces the generic invisible metro stations in the base game with metro stations that can run either above or below ground. And it just makes things a lot more interesting. This slope might be a problem. Let's find out. So this is the Metro Depot. And the Metro Depot is now a required thing. It's just like bus depots and things like that. You have to have it in order to actually have metros. Pretty straightforward, right? Let's see, something like that, and then take it below ground, like that. And then we'll go around the corner. I'm actually thinking that maybe since we have this extra section here now, we could put a subway station down here somewhere. Let's see. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. Just goes straight into the tunnel. No issues there. Let's go ahead and replace this power line while we're here. And honestly, we don't need to go any further than this because everything else is still connected. So that's good. Now, a good place for a metro station would probably be... Honestly, the best place for the metro station would probably be at the oil fields over here, but that's kind of out of the way, so let's pop it down. So we need to go from here to here. Let's pop it down right about here, I suppose, on the corner. And maybe we'll make a little connection road here so that people can... get over there easily, although that cliff is going to make that somewhat challenging. We'll see how that goes. Okay, metro station. It's kind of cool that you have so many different options with the stations now. You can have different track layouts, and all of that's apparently visible. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to playing with this some more, but as of right now, can we... get the underground view, please? How do you toggle the underground view if you're not already underground? Interesting questions here. There, no. I'm not gonna be able to do this blind, people. Also, I have 2 sets of track options for some reason. That's odd. Anyway, we'll put them both there. And I think there's supposed to be a button to toggle the underground view. Where is it? There isn't one. That's just fine and dandy. There we go. Okay, we got the underground view now. But as soon as we go back here... Okay. Snap, please. And let's just do a nice little zigzag here. Not quite right. But we can straighten that out a little bit. Just move this over to here and this over to here, and I'm unconvinced those two actually connect to each other. I'm completely unconvinced those two actually connect to each other, so let's try just a straight line like that. And hopefully that'll work. Okay, so we got the station. And now we can just keep going and hook it up to here. That should be pretty straightforward. We'll just go like this and nope, put a curve in there. Like that. that should connect all of our subway lines to the metro network. That's pretty straightforward. Now let's see about those actual lines. Since everything's kind of broken and iffy right now, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and just remake all of the lines. So we'll just start with the main line, which will go from here now to here to here to here. No? Don't want to play? Why not? What's going on here? I wonder if this station, this is a workshop station. I'm wondering if maybe it doesn't conform with whatever the new metro rules are. Let's see if replacing it fixes that. I'm going to have to bulldoze a little bit of road here. Shouldn't be too hard to put it back. Why am I getting all these weird subway station options? Put that there. Let's get these rails hooked back up. Straight lines. At least we'll do a straight line here. Make sure that that connects. It would appear that it does. And then over here, it looks like the station's longer than it used to be. So we'll just... There it is. I got it. We'll just run a new line from here. Curve to there. That should be close enough. It's not the most elegant thing that I've ever seen in my life, but it's underground, so it shouldn't matter too much. Hopefully. Alright, now let's see about getting that line going. Create a new line. Wait, do we already have a line here that we need to delete? We do. Didn't finish it. It's generally just easier to make a new one because this stuff can be a pain in the ass sometimes. Okay, now I can connect all the stops together properly. That is our main all the way through the city line with a brand new station over by the oil fields. And done. Okay, and then our secondary line just goes from here to here. Oh, I kind of seem to have changed the configuration here to there. And then our third and final line is, I guess, our suburban ring line here. And that's that. Okay, so in theory, we should be good to go here. Let's get the simulation running and see if we... Yep, there's... Oh, it disappeared. Can we... Oh yeah, we can. That's pretty neat. We have visible tunnels now. I mean, it's not the most exciting thing ever because, you know, the metro line doesn't actually go above ground anywhere. But whatever. And for some reason I have a 4-block wide tunnel here. I didn't mean to put in a 4-lane tunnel. Oh, and it's only that one little section. That's interesting. But this is working, and that's pretty cool. So we'll check in on that a little bit later and make sure everything's working properly. In the meantime, you may have seen that we have some abandoned property issues here, and the reason is that they can't find enough employees. And we also have a lot of residential demand, so we need to do something about that. We need to make there be more houses here. And I'm kind of thinking we could put something on the bluff here, but we still have a fair amount of open space here and there, and I think I'd rather use that. The problem is, you know, these areas are abandoned, and we kind of want the housing to be at least close to that. So I'm thinking we'll build kind of a high-density residential area here. And what we can do, we'll start off with a 4-lane road going out this way, and then we'll put down a couple of 2-lane roads. Maybe that 4-lane road needs to be a little bit longer. We'll go like that, and then we'll put down a couple of 2-lane roads like so, and like so, and that gives us a good amount of space to build. Let's go ahead and start with some high-density residential on the interiors here. Let's see what that ends up doing, and it would be weird not to connect these together, so alright, turn off the snapping. That's gonna be irritating, isn't it? Fine. You win this round. Let's make sure they have water. My sewage treatment capacity is a little low. So while we watch this fill in, and it's filling in pretty quickly, we'll go ahead and put down a new outflow here. Man, this is starting to turn into a festering pit of pollution, isn't it? The eco drain pipe, which magically prevents at least some of the dirty water from getting into the river. Not what I'm trying to do. Come on, guys. Like that. Okay, that should fix our sewage issues for now. And how's our electrical availability? Just fine and dandy. We got plenty of power. Okay, and then this. Let's go ahead and pop down a nice park. Something substantial. Not quite that substantial. Well, this is nice. Okay, we'll put down a big park here, and we'll run a couple of paths. Oop! I'm telling you, man, the weather just keeps turning itself on, whether or not you want it to. Every time I start the game, I have to turn the dynamic weather back off by hand. It's kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. Run this from here to... Oh, run it from here to... Why can I not connect this? It's not like I've never done this before. These are the right paths. Why is it saying space already occupied? I know it's already occupied. I'm putting a path on top of it. That's not weird or anything. I've done this a million times. That'll do. And now I guess we have to upgrade it to the right type of path. There. And if we can do the same thing over here, I will be very happy. But I guess we can't, at the very least. Can we do this? No, you're not wanting to play? Do I have to make it all diagonal and weird? Whatever, that's fine. Alright, and that'll hopefully make living here a little more bearable. So they have a metro station. It's kind of far away. But they can get to it. I'm not too concerned about that. Let's go ahead and pop down a few more roads to get this a little more interconnected. We'll put down something from here to... You know me, I like my curvy roads. Oops. Too curvy, a little too curvy. From here to here. And now I have two different types of road. How did I manage that? Can't upgrade to this type. That's because it's already that type, isn't it? I was not trying to go for the one with the bike path. I was trying to go for the one with the grassy berm. Yeah, it's still a lot of demand for residential here. So let's go ahead and... Shall we fill in another grid section here? I think we should. We will go from here to here, and that gives us another nice little chunk of high-density residential there, and they can't wait to move in. Look how excited they are. So that's helping. We're definitely getting some more employees here. It's still not great, though. All right, while we're here, let's go ahead and put down a few more little commercial areas along this road. Like that. Excellent. All right, so let's take a quick look at our metro line here and make sure that everything's working properly. I am looking forward to having some above ground lines at some point because it is much more appealing. But it looks like everything's working as it should now. We got lots of passengers on these lines. Oh, look at that. That's just a crazy number of people waiting for the trains. Let's get some more vehicles out here. Let's go up to 8 trains for this line, because that's out of control. Are we getting like traffic jams or anything? I use standard 2-line metros across the board, and honestly, it's conceivable that I shouldn't have. It's might have been wiser to use 4-lane tracks, because we are getting traffic jams here and there, and I don't know if that's going to be a big problem or not. So, okay, well, it's not like they're getting completely bunched up forever, but they are definitely getting bunched up here. But we'll keep an eye on it, and if we have to do something about it, we will. These numbers, though, 800 people waiting here. But we just added a bunch of trains, so hopefully it'll sort itself out. And if it doesn't, well, we'll find out soon enough, won't we? What is that? I guess that's one of the subways that I had selected earlier. Sometimes the markers don't go away right away. We still have, like, crazy residential demand. And I don't want to just slap the entire map full of these huge towers. That's... folly, I think, is the word we're looking for here. So we're going to have to find a new space to do some expanding. And I'm thinking maybe by the rail yard here, we could have some... I kind of want this area to be commercial. Let's not go ahead and slap down residential areas everywhere. Up here, let's see what we can do up here. Not a whole lot of space left over. We have this forestry area here, and we can't really infringe on that too much. But what we can do is do a little bit of infill around here. That's a perfectly nice place for some low-density residential. I'm thinking people would be very excited to have a nice house on the coast here. Let's do a bit of infill here. And a bit of infill here. At one point I had decided to leave the area around these roads open for the time being because I figured I might do something more with them, but honestly there's just not a lot of space to do much of anything, so let's go ahead and residential this up and we'll call it. If you saw yesterday's episode, this is Bodacious Beach. It's coming along nicely. Somebody on Reddit told me it was too cluttered, and I kind of see where they're coming from. There's like too many buildings here that don't really need to be there, so what we'll do is we'll unzone a fair amount of this. Not all of it, but if we go like that, and then maybe spread these out a little bit. And what I realized, I didn't know this before, is if you have leisure areas close to the water, you'll automatically get these terraces and things. But this qualifies as close to the water and this doesn't. So, oh no, there has been a crime at the beach volleyball field. Let's go ahead and thin this out a little too. We'll get rid of this and this. And that should be a little more open. Yeah, I think that'll look better. While we're here, we might as well add a little bit more detailing. I built this in 15 minutes as a challenge to myself. And I could have done with a little more time. But we have some cool beach props we can add. Just to pretty things up some. And I also found a lifeguard tower. I'm going to put down a few of these too. Okay, thank you, autosave. Maybe one on this side and one over here. And that looks pretty good. Do I have any other cool beach stuff that I installed? We've already done the... Oh, here, a beach ball. One single beach ball there. And we'll put one here, we'll put one here. Beach balls, people. You know it. And these are the beach towels I've already been using. There's only so many individual beach towels you can place before you start going a little bit mad, though. There are some other things that we can use as decor. There's these kayaks from... Cannot build on water? I can't build a kayak on water? Alright. Well, there, haha, fooled you. What if one of these shops is like a kayak rental place? Let's say this guy right here rents kayaks, so we'll just have a bunch of them sitting next to the shop. Right? That makes sense, doesn't it? What else do we have? I think I've gone through most of the assets that I found for the beach. The parasols are nice. The beach towels are nice. I think what we need now is just some picnic tables and stuff. Oh, a ping pong table. I don't see it. I don't see much use for a ping pong table, but we can definitely have some picnic tables here. I think people would love to picnic here. I'll put a couple down over here. And you know what would be awesome? Taco truck. Oh, that's not a taco truck. I thought I had a taco truck. I do not seem to have a taco truck. I do have several different kiosks to choose from. And that should do just fine. I'll set this up here and We'll have some tables in front of that. These seem like beachy tables, right? Maybe we don't want them like directly in front of the place. Maybe they should be like off to the side so you can have kind of a place to wait. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm still thinking maybe we're going to D-zone just a... Wrong button. Just a few more things here. Just thin it out even farther. Keep it nice and simple. We'll get rid of that, and... There we go, Bodacious Beach, folks. How bodacious is that? I want a few more kayaks by the water. And we can have a few over by the boatyard. I think that would be a logical place to put a couple. Okay. Alright. Bodacious Beach looks nice. Couple more trees, and we're just going to stick with the pine trees. I should have, like, not pine trees, derp, palm trees. I should have seen about downloading a few different ones for the sake of variety, but the ones we have here, I do like them. They look fine. I think these are the vanilla trees. So, do we need a bit of fencing around the beach volleyball place? I think maybe we do. So let's see what kind of nice fence we can have for that. I don't want anything crazy. You know, just maybe something like this. Oh, that's not a network fence. This a network fence? Also not a network fence. The park fence is a little too intimidating. But the nature reserve fence looks pretty good. Let's turn off the snapping. And we'll just run fence from here to here. In straight lines, please. Down to here and over here. There, that kind of demarcates it a little bit. And I think we'll do the same thing with the carousel. And we'll just use the same fence to give a sense of consistency. So there we go. I rather like Bodacious Beach. I think it turned out nicely. I'm gonna see if there are any more assets I can use here. I feel like there's something should go here, and I'm not sure what. Like a fairground attraction would be nice, a Ferris wheel or something. So maybe I'll see if I can find a Ferris wheel. I could, theoretically, turn this whole thing into an amusement park, and that would give me access to a few rides that I could put in here. There's not really room for these guys, so I'm going to go ahead and D-zone them. Just because it looks weird. Okay, these guys are having serious issues finding customers. I'm wondering why that is. Are we still having public transit issues? Are people not able to get here or something? Is there not enough parking? It's entirely possible that there's not enough parking, because all of these parking lots look pretty darn full to me. Maybe we can pop down a downtown parking garage. Sir Parks-a-Lot can get a new location. And I guess it would make sense to put it over here, because that way people can also get to the train station from there. Just to be clear, yeah, that's a post office. We can't just destroy that. We need to move it. Where shall we put it? The buildings are abandoned. It's too late. I have failed. Across from the grade school? Here. That seems like a good place for a post office. And they're sad because their post office is gone. But don't fret, because you're getting a beautiful parking garage instead. And they're actually happy about that. They're like, yay, parking. That is one sad-ass looking parking garage. Jeez. Anyway, hopefully that'll help with the congestion downtown. And you know what? We should probably also have some parking here. Because, as you can see, there isn't any. And there's bound to be plenty of people here who actually want to have a car. You know, they're going to live there and they're going to be like, I want a car. And I can't blame them. That's a logical, insane thing to think. So let's put down a parking lot here. Before we do this, and I need to remember to do this more consistently, I need to flatten this terrain here. Let's raise the brush size, lower the strength significantly. This will be our registration, and okay, now that's nice and flat. That should pose no problem for a high-quality parking lot. The type of parking lot you expect to find in a fine town like Good Intentions. And we'll go with that's too wide. I'm reasonably sure that's not going to fly. What do you mean space already occupied? Don't give me that weird. Really? Are you not going to let me fit anything except for a tiny one? I don't want a tiny one. I want a big one. Control A, turn on the road anarchy. And there we go. That's not nearly as big as I thought it would be. Okay, that's no big deal. Let's go ahead and just do a little more dezoning here, and we will run a longer parking lot, and that should give us some more space. So what we'll do is we'll put down a parking road here, turn on the snap, and I'm not going to connect it. I don't want an intersection there. I just want a place to connect the parking road to. And then this one's still not going to fit, is it? God, it's just a little too... Oh, jeez. Nothing's ever easy. Right about there. That's pretty close. Now we can manually move this and get everything to line up properly. Just like that. And it should be flat, so the actual parking bay shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's see if we've managed to make the mythical 8. We have. It's just big enough for an 8. Am I just big enough? I mean, technically not quite big enough, but I also don't care enough. So we're just going to slap that down there. And some of my stripes are missing, and that's irritating. Can I level the terrain out just a little bit farther? Maybe that'll help. We'll go ahead and do this. No? No, you don't like that? Okay, we'll raise these a tiny bit. Ah, yeah, that's the stuff. There we go. Beautiful. Just as it should be. Alright, let's get that tile painter out here and make the brush size much, much smaller. Pull this in like so. And now we have parking for our new residential area here. Still a lot of demand for housing, and now we're kind of running out. Now we're getting to the point where we're going to have to expand the city in one direction or another. It would appear that my So Waste Shack does not have water. I don't think that has an effect on anything, but that doesn't mean we need to be dicks about it. That just means we need to fix it. So we need more. We need more residential. We need some infill. This looks like a good place for some infill to me. It's already all residential down here, so we can just run a few connector roads, and since we are not going to have space for parking here, we will use standard residential roads which allow for street side parking. Go here and do another one, maybe like this, with a little branch off to the side here. And that gives us some high quality suburbs to work with. Now over here we will put down a little footpath, or you know, we'll use a combined pedestrian slash cyclist path, because I do like these, and we'll run it off to the side here and over here like that. That'll do just fine. Let's make sure they have water here, and we still have plenty of water availability, and then we can go ahead and zone this for low density residential. And these people are going to be a little pissed off because they have new neighbors, but whatever. They can deal. And then this, shall we go ahead and just zone this out? I think we should. Leave a little bit of space between the houses. Don't want to fill them up completely. But we do want big houses here because this is probably going to be an expensive neighborhood. Alright, we're slowly getting the residential demand under control now. It's still pretty high. Do we have any other infill opportunities? I mean, we could fill this in, but that would be not a lot of improvement. Over here, these have filled in nicely and they look nice. This always kind of bugs me. The difference in elevation at the front and the back on some of these buildings is okay, but on some of them it just doesn't work. So what we'll do is we will limit these areas to shallower houses. And that should be just fine. And then we have some space here where we can put down a few more things, and absolutely do some over here. I'm not going to touch this because there's just no way that's going to look good. You can get a lot of extra residences just by filling in places you skipped over previously. The density's starting to get pretty high, but that was never really unexpected. Okay, there's something I've been meaning to look at. Oh, our soccer team lost. You can always tell that we lost because of that wave of sadness, but you know, we've won 4 games in a row up until now. So, not complaining. Sorry, what I've been meaning to do for a while is to check in on the postal services, which are, I keep forgetting where they are. They're somewhere unintuitive. Warehouses, unique factories. Well, we can just look it up. Post office. P-O-S-T office. There. And what do we got? We have post office here and a post office here, and that's literally all of the post offices in town. So we'll put one next to the police station here. That seems to be sensible, and that'll cover pretty much this entire area here. And we'll put one up here to cover these high density areas, and there's No post offices here either. I don't want anything on this section. Hey, check it out. Zubumafu has reached level 4. Now we can build a monkey palace. Something to keep DJ in. Sorry, DJ. We'll put the post office here. This is kind of a buffer, but it's not something that we're like forbidden to fill in. Okay, alright. Our residential demand has decreased somewhat. If these guys are not doing well, I'm actually happy to dezone them. I think maybe it wasn't a great idea to put these here in the first place, because we don't really want more traffic here than we're already getting. Yeah, I know, you don't have enough customers. I just dezoned you, so it's a moot point. You're going away. And we'll just replace that with like 2 of those, and we'll get some, what are those things? Oil tanks or something. As far as I can tell, our public transit network seems to be working. We're still having trouble getting customers in these downtown areas. So let's just take another look here and check in. Our metro line. Oh, Jesus, we still have hundreds and hundreds of people waiting for these metros here. And it almost seems like, yeah, we're getting traffic jams here. So look at this. We've got trains waiting all the way down here. So I'm going to see if we can upgrade these lines to... Can I switch to the underground view, please? I keep forgetting how to do that. Oh, check it out. It's ultimate eye candy. I never tried pressing that button before. Alright, here we'll hit page down a bunch, right? And can we upgrade? I like this ultimate eye candy thing. It's fun. Not the Metro Overhaul, not the ultimate eye candy. But it's also a little frustrating here and there. Okay. So that is 4 wide across the busy section here. I don't know if I can upgrade the train station without tearing it down, but it is obvious that we need a better train station here. So let's go ahead and... These things are under actual trains, even though they're metro stations. It's... Oh, those are the above ground ones. Okay. Can we select this? We can, but 822 passengers, that's crazy. We can select it, but I don't think we can, like, edit it. So, yeah. If I were to put down a fresh one, it would have to be like a dual island platform. And I guess that's a legit upgrade. Let's make sure my lines haven't broken as a result, because that happens a lot. It doesn't look like it. Can I move the stops around? Can't find path. Did I break something again? I don't know. Let's take a look here. Yep, I broke something again. I broke this one. Which line is this? Nope, that's the tram. Alright, let's go ahead and redo them all. I think I might want to redo this section entirely and just have a spur line that goes up through the middle here. That seems almost more sensible to me. Okay, look at this. I have 4 lines to work with now. And hopefully I can simply like that. What is going on here? Can I not get there for some reason? So if you hold down shift, you can choose the different lines. But, this is a pretty big but. They don't all seem to connect properly, and I can't really see what's going on, so it's a little frustrating. I kind of have to just keep trying until I find one that'll hook up properly. Alright, here. We'll start here. We'll go to here. We'll put it on... It would appear that none of the platforms connect anymore. I wonder if I broke my connection here or something. Not sure what's going on with this. This is all a little strange. You need to go away again, and we'll just try again. Okay, so I have 2 lines. I want that one there. I want to go down to here. I just can't add stops. Something has gone awry, and I don't know what. And it's a little irritating. This is my slightly irritated face. Okay, let me just make sure that the problem isn't the whole setup here. I might need to replace some rails. Yeah, this thing seems to have become disconnected from everything, I guess. And I'm not sure what's the deal is with that. So long train station. No, we're just gonna bulldoze these things. And I don't know, but let's didn't I just delete the station? Did I accidentally stack 2 stations on top of each other or something? Is that what happened? That's absolutely not impossible. That sounds like the kind of thing I'd do, doesn't it? Anyway, let's go ahead and put it back. Easy peasy, right? Theoretically. 4-lane station, we're going to make this as short as we reasonably can. Because it might be hard to connect otherwise. Oh, I'm in upgrade mode. That's not what I'm trying to accomplish here. We're just going to put down a straight line here to here. And these lines do not need to be 4 wide, so we'll go like that. And then from here, put in a curved line. Ish. And hopefully, we can now put down a good and proper metro line. Okay, so we can decide which platforms we're going to be on here. I'm going to put this one on this line, and then we'll just go back like that. All right, that looks credible, right? And then we'll put down the next line, and we'll run that one over here. 1, 2, 3. Where's the fourth one? Why can I? Ah, there it is. This will be for our loop line. Goes to here, and then goes to here, and then just loops right on back. Like that. And then finally, our main line, the city's backbone, so to speak, starts here. Stop there. Stop here, and this one will do the farthest one out, I think, like that. That goes to here. Loops back. There, and then to there. Now, hopefully, we'll get some trains rolling out here and we can follow one of them along, because I don't think you can select them while they're underground. So we might not have the opportunity to... Oh, and it disappeared again. Why does that keep happening? There it is. Found it. I think this isn't the front cart. I might need a better first-person view plug-in. If you know of any better ones, please let me know, because this is kind of a mess. Wait, why are you not stopping? Oh, right, because this guy is going out to his designated route. And that's, I guess, not his designated route. It's kind of fun to watch the subway trains go by, though, isn't it? Let's see where this guy's going. I am curious. Still seems kind of steep here and there, but I don't... And also, did you just go through a wall there? Oh wow, look at this. That looks crazy. It looks really crowded because I made it extra short, and I guess maybe I shouldn't have, but let's see how this goes. Hopefully, at least, this will make everything move faster. Are you seriously doing an ollie on a crowded... Well, whatever, dude. Knock yourself out. Autosave freeze up there. Because you're worth it. Oh yeah, that's very attractive. I'm not sure what happened there. I just hope everything's connected properly. I'm not too worried about some visual clipping. It's just a miracle that we even have subway tunnels to look at. I guess this one's got to be going to Funky Town, right? Oh yeah, it's busy in Funky Town. I wish I could have more above ground stuff, or any above ground stuff, frankly. But the bottom line is, everything's kind of full, and it's not that easy to actually... Look at these guys. They're just kind of rapturing themselves into the parking garage there. I don't know what to make of that. It's freaking hilarious, but it would be nice if they actually, you know, drove there instead of just ascending. But whatever, dude. It's whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Do you think we can get this path to hook up here? I guess it doesn't matter too much. That's not a long distance they're having to travel there. All right, let's see how those subways are doing now. See if we got everything under control once and for all. Let's start with the number 1 line. Man, look at how many people there are. And this is our 2-stop line to Funky Town. And this stop is the Funky Town stop, right? And I don't think 3 vehicles is enough for this. So let's add a 4th and see if that helps it settle. Number 2 line. This looks okay-ish. This is our ring line. And it's got 2 vehicles. I think maybe it should have 3. Alright. And then our main line, our backbone line. Boy. They're all completely full. Let's bump this one up to 6. And then we'll let that ride for a while and see how it goes. Okay, most of our employee issues have been solved thanks to having some more usable residential areas here. Our parking lot is being used. That is good. I feel like this road should connect here instead of there. Okay, we can go above that now. Just above ground. Which part of above ground do you have difficulty understanding? Jeez. That looks more credible, although I did end up with a bridge section for some reason. Whatever. Alright, there's another thing that I was meaning to do today. Didn't quite get around to it, and that's the YOLO grounds. I don't like the way this park looks. It's just aesthetically not very pleasing. So I think next episode we'll spend a little time on that and hopefully get it more or less cleared out. I'm going to put an alley from here to here on this. Okay, that's weird. Straight. Because I like alleys. And then we'll go ahead and commerce this up. Low density this time. And we'll put a couple of little things in the alleys here. Like so. I don't think that'll take too long to fill up because we've got a good amount of commercial demand. Another thing. We're getting a lot of tourists into this train station and they're having nowhere to go. Because, well, because there's no public transport of any kind connected to the train station. This train station is divulging a lot of people every time somebody comes by, and they just kind of start wandering off in this direction. So we should do something about that. Specifically, we'd like to connect that area to one of our main transit hubs here. Now, we could use a metro. And our metro depot is right here, but it's facing the other way, and that's going to not be trivial. But I think maybe we could move the depot. We could have it... said Stately. It makes very little sense to have a station here. Have these metro lines come so close to this and then just have no connection at all. I don't like that one bit. Not one iota do I like that. Definitely not 2 iotas. So, oh, here comes a train. Let's see what we end up with here. And spew. Actually, oh, we're getting a lot. Let's see where they're going. Look at that. They have nowhere to go. They're all just kind of walking. So, let's do something about it. Let's go ahead and see what our options are. We can put down a bus line, obviously. That would be the easiest thing to do. We could even have an express bus. We could run a tram. So we have our tram line here, and it just turns around here. But we could run it on a dedicated line, maybe, and have a stop here. Or we could extend our metro, I suppose. We could just kind of have a little line branching off here and go over there. That wouldn't be too hard, and then we could just kind of extend our backbone to connect to that. Not like it's not already busy enough, right? If we're going to do that, though, I would like to have an above-ground station here. And those are actually, so, what if we replace this with a combined station? Are there like combined metro train stations? We have a bunch of overground stations here. This one, for example, would allow us to have two separate... That's crazy. I don't know why I'd be able to place that there. That's a terrible idea. I didn't leave room. I didn't leave enough room for anything. I thought I was being prudent, and it turns out I wasn't. Okay, race stations? Are race stations? No. Oh man, that does not look pretty. I was gonna say maybe we can do a race station here, but I don't know, man. That's that looks challenging to me. Okay, maybe something like this. Now, this is our cool neighborhood. I don't want to wreck our cool neighborhood. You know what? Let's just do an underground station. That's the whole benefit of subways, isn't it? That you can have underground stations. We'll make it a little longer because that last one was kind of stubby. And we'll do a single platform. We don't need anything too elaborate here. Like that. And then we can just run a bit of track. Come on. Apparently I just need to page up and page down until I get where I want to be. Why is it only snapping to that side? Is that a problem? I don't know if that's a problem. Let's find out. Curved to, let's say, here. So there's one other issue that, well, do we need to worry about that? I was wondering whether we need to worry about the metro train being able to get... Where's the station? Station's there, so we run this in here and it should be fine. And then we need to expand the lines. And I think drag stop to move it. There. And then we can just create a new stop here and here. And that seems to be a-okay, and that will hopefully alleviate all of our issues here. Oh, we have a full graveyard. I was seeing a couple of corpses awaiting pickup, and that's why this graveyard is filled up. I think it might be time to move this graveyard. It's kind of... It was like right at the edge of town when we built it, but now it's feeling kind of in the way. Let's take a quick moment to look at our setup here. We have another full graveyard. Are we having water problems? It's one distraction after another, isn't it? These guys are just kind of in a water hole there. That's an easy fix. But our cemetery situation is becoming problematic. We have... Don't we have a couple of incinerators over here? We have one. Not an incinerator, a crematorium. Incinerator is a very unfortunate term. And we have one here. We'll put one next to the cemetery there, and we'll put one across from the cemetery here. And I think we'll put down one extra cemetery. I don't know, is a cemetery neighborhood a thing? It feels like that would be weird. I don't think people would want to like go to downtown cemetery or anything. So let's put this one, well, I guess here would be okay. This is kind of a wasted area otherwise. We've got our rail yard going here, but not much else, and I don't know if there's a whole lot else to do. So, there we go, folks. Another fine episode of Not Enough Water. Now what? Oh, no, it's resolved. Another fine episodes of City Skylines. Another fine episodes. Don't listen to me. Another fine episode of City Skylines. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow with more. Take it easy, folks. Peace out.